Hey everybody, I'm Reverend Mark and welcome to our virtual service here at Unity of Naples. We're honored to be here with you and to stream to you live, to support you in this time, to help lift your spirit, to pray with you. We're grateful for you being here with us today. Thank you for joining us. Brett?
Good morning and welcome to Unity Naples. I'm Brett Marston and I'm thrilled to be here this morning. We are coming to you virtually today with this specially prepared service for your care and your well-being. We are grateful for today's technology that allows us to continue to bring us together during this time. Let us begin as we always do by listening to the wonderful music of the lovely Jesse and Amy Hughes.
All good, holy, holy. All good, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart and my soul. Let me know all is good, holy, holy. All love, holy, holy. All love, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is love, holy, holy. All peace, holy, holy. All peace, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is peace, holy, holy. All one, holy, holy. All one, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is one, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is good, holy, holy.
Thank you, Jesse and Amy Lovely. In care of our community, we will not be hosting in-person gatherings until April 5th. We will keep you posted on any changes as they come about. All current classes, Prosperity Now, Artist Way, Wednesday Book Study with Reverend Eileen, will also happen online. You will be receiving an email with instructions for your class if you have not already done so. In service to keeping us connected during this time, we have created an abundance of virtual opportunities for you to be together in the upcoming weeks. All of this will be listed with instructions on how to connect on our website at unitynaples.org and on our Facebook page as well. On Mondays, we have at noon midday meditation and prayer with Reverend Mark. We have 7 p.m. creativity time with Patrick. On Tuesdays, virtual bingo at 7 p.m. Wednesdays, 11 a.m. book study, Discover the Power Within with Reverend Eileen. 7 p.m. meditation with Reverend Mark. And the 8 p.m. The Spiritual Way, again led by Reverend Mark. Thursday, noon creativity time. 7 p.m. deep dive with Dan, meditation, prayer, and a rich conversation about spiritual principles. And on Fridays, noon meditation prayer circle with Reverend Mark. If you are joining us for the first time, please know that whoever you are or wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. It is now time for us to move into meditation with Reverend Mark.
Thank you, Brett. All right, everyone. If you can, where you are, please join me in closing your eyes and connecting with the breath. Taking a nice, slow inhale through the nose, feeling the body expand And use that breath to stretch as far as you can go. And then on the exhale through the mouth, allow a sigh. Again, breathing in through the nose, nice and slow, feeling and imagining the spine growing taller. Exhaling with an audible sigh. And a third time. Nice, slow inhale. And allowing your breath to go to its natural rhythm. Allow your attention to begin floating down from the mind into the heart. See yourself breathing in and out of the heart. And as you do, imagine the heart chakra flowering open. And as it does, it begins to release a beautiful golden light. A light of love, a light of forgiveness, a light of health and wholeness and vitality. Imagine this golden light growing larger and larger as it fills the entire body temple from head to toe, swirling around, purifying every cell, remembering that every cell, the energy behind it is the life and the power of God. Perhaps you can imagine your physical self dissolving into this light as it becomes even larger than your physical body. And it extends to include the emotional body, calming the mind. Allow yourself to sit in the center of this loving presence, bringing you peace. If the mind wanders, see if you can release the thought and return your attention to the breath. Breathing in, feeling the body expand, and exhaling. And imagine the mantra from the center of your being becoming activated. I am faith. I am faith. I am faith. Repeat that over and over inside yourself. And as you do, imagine it being like hitting a gong that reverberates throughout your whole being. I am faith. I am faith. Please join me in extending this loving energy, imagining it going all around the world, throughout all of humanity, as a wave of health and wholeness and healing. This loving light, this presence of God is greater than anything and everything of this world. Focus your attention upon it. Shine it out of you and let it uplift all of humanity. Healing, healing, restoring, rejuvenating, activating the healing power of God within everyone. We take a moment to send our light to those who are sick, knowing that our prayers and our attention upon them and sending them this light is part of their healing, and we're honored and humbled to do it. We send this light into the hospitals, and we send a special loving energy to the doctors and the nurses and all those who are working round the clock in service to the revelation of health. We know that they are connected to the presence of the divine, and we extend to them our uplifting energy and strength. God is all. Take a nice deep breath with me. And just invite your attention to come back into the center of your body, opening your eyes whenever you're ready. And now some more of the fabulous Amy and Jesse.
Watching the night sky or a beautiful sunrise. There's so much they hold, and just like them old stars, I see that you've come so far to be right where you are. How old is your soul? I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough. I'm giving you all my love. I'm still looking up.
And when you're needing your space to do some navigating, I'll be here patiently waiting to see what you find. 'Cause even the stars, they burn, and some even fall to the earth. And we've got a lot to learn, but God knows we're worth it. No, I won't give up. I don't wanna be someone who walks away so easily. I'm here to stay and make the difference that I can make. I difference is they do a lot to teach us how to use the tools and gifts we got. Yeah, we got a lot at stake. And in the end, you're still my friend. At least we did intend for us to work. We didn't break, we didn't burn. We had to learn how to bend without the world caving in. I had to learn what I got, what I'm not, and who I am. I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough. I'm giving you all my love. I'm still looking up, I'm still looking up. 'Cause even the stars, they burn, and some even fall to the earth. And we've got a lot to learn, but God knows we're worth it. I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough. I'm giving you all my love, still looking up.
Wow. I hope that you are giving them a standing ovation in your home. That is just beautiful. We are beyond grateful and blessed to have Jesse and Amy, and they sing so beautifully together. I have to tell a bit of your story because I think they probably walked several lifetimes together because they lived at different parts of the country. They were in college and they were competing against each other in a debate in Chicago. Neither of them lived in that city, and that's where they met for the first time, which I was told, by the way, that Amy won the debate. Not that that's important, but just saying. Anyway, you feel their wonderful energy and how they sing. It's just beautiful, and we are grateful. Thank you so much. So I want to start with the story about Jesus and the disciples. And he had just completed feeding the 5,000 and giving this big Sermon on the Mount kind of a thing, and full day's work, without a doubt. And he sent the disciples out on a boat on the lake, and he went up to the mountain to meditate and to commune with God. And as night came, the boat was far out into the lake, and the winds were blowing. So it was early morning when Jesus walked out onto the lake to find them. And as the disciples on the boat saw him walking on the lake, they were completely freaked out. They were like, what the heck? And they thought it was a ghost. And so Jesus said, it is I am here. Well, Peter, one of the disciples, apostles, didn't believe. He didn't believe it was him. He said, prove it's you. I'll walk out on the water to meet you. And Jesus said, come on. And so Peter stepped out on the water, and he was able to walk. But it says in the story that the wind began to blow, which caused the fear to stir. And the moment that Peter felt the fear, he started to sink into the water. And he called out to Jesus. He said, Savior, my Lord, save me. And Jesus reached out his hand and, as the story goes, helped him out of the water. And he said to him, ye of little faith, why do you doubt? And he got him back into the boat, and then the winds calmed. It's a fantastic story with a lot of richness in there for us at this time. We live constantly in a sea of thoughts. Happy one moment, sad one moment, afraid, confused, stressed out, all over the place, stormy thoughts. And we at times are like a little rowboat tossed by the storms at sea. The fear takes over. And our spiritual conviction, our faith, that goes immediately limp. The Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, which is one of Unity's profound books, says the majority of people try to sail the ocean of life without the sustaining power of Spirit. But eventually, they always go down in a troubled sea. Their problem is simple. Their problem is solvable. The problem is that their problem is bigger than their God. When our fear goes larger than our God, we throw God out with the bathwater. And suddenly, this God thing is this invisible thing that becomes superstitious. And spiritual practice, which is a great idea, suddenly becomes the thing that doesn't make sense or we feel unable to do. We are officially in stormy seas right now. That's where we find ourselves. I've heard lots of things said, I'm sure you have, but one of the things I've heard is that Italy's hospitals are at over 200% capacity. And the healthcare system is in overwhelm and crisis mode. Some even predict that we could be a couple weeks away from that same kind of experience. Jesus' walking on water represented spiritual overcoming, rising up above the noise and the confusion, and communing fully and completely, faithfully with the God of his being. A strong, convicted spirit is what was activated and what he walked in. And because he had that, he was able to walk through the world, to be in the world, but not of it. And when we are called to do that same thing, very often we go, I'm not capable. And we do what Peter did. We look to Jesus. We start to sink. And we call out. I believe that the Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it, is always available and always taking our hand. But I also believe that this is a precious and important time to learn how to walk on water, learn how to rise above the stormy noise. The sea represents the subconscious mind, the belief systems, and the fears. The stormy water represents the fears that are activated. I feel them, you feel them. We don't make ourselves wrong about that, but we choose in that moment who we serve. And when we choose to serve our faith, to activate our faith, to do our spiritual practices, to pray, to center ourselves, when we choose to do those things, it is absolutely the gift that we give. It is our part of the healing. You know, there are times when, you've probably seen it on Facebook too, when big things are happening, and I don't know about you, but my news feed, because there's a lot of spiritual people on it, I'll see things like, we're praying, we're praying, we're praying. And then every once in a while, someone will angrily pop in and say, we don't need prayer right now. We need action. And I find that interesting. I get it, because again, prayer feels like something that we're just sitting back inactive, not doing anything. And the world is screaming, do something, do something. And there are people appointed to do something. But those of us, if you're like me, who are appointed to pray and to go into the stillness, we are doing something. We're doing big time something. We are going into the consciousness. We're going into the vibration of being. We're going to the source from which all life flows. And when we get to the center of that source, using our thoughts, using our words, using our intentions, we are infusing love, healing. Your mind is extremely powerful. And you know, there's a part of us that just kind of refuses to believe that. It's easier to stay in the who, me? Well, not me. Well, that's someone else. Not me. If you knew who I was, then you'd know I'm not one of the holy ones. I assure you, my friend, every one of us is a holy one. Every one of us is a part of this healing power. And I don't believe that there's any time left for us to continue playing ignorant or to continue doing it halfway, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. We no longer get the luxury, if you will, of being sloppy, losing our faith. Matthew 17:20 says, "For truly I tell you, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible to you." Do you know the size of a mustard seed? I can show you, but you couldn't see it from there. I mean, the size of a mustard seed. Come on. That's what we're being told. If you have that much faith, I'm stunned by this verse, by this quote that says, this little tiny mustard seed, if you have that, you can move a mountain and nothing will be impossible for you. Nothing. But we have to not stand on the sidelines of faith, watching it like it's a football game. We have to get onto the field of faith, and we have to put on our own faith uniform, and we got to pick up our own ball, and we need to get into the game, to play the game. So, what is faith? What is faith? There's lots of, we've been hearing it since we were a little kid. For me, my definition of faith is very, very simple. Faith is focus. That's it. Faith is focus. The ability in the midst of a storm to keep yourself focused on what is true, what is holy, what is God, what is the divine reality in the back of the storm. To do as my brother Jesus, whatever you think of him, however, whatever, this dude Jesus showed us what's possible. And we say this all the time. One of my favorite quotes, this and greater things. So right where you are, will you please just even whisper, I am one with Jesus and I can walk on water. I'm not going to ask you to go out on the lake and do it physically. It's not physical, it's metaphysical. Metaphysically, walking on water simply means rising yourself above the storm. And the story tells us something of what he did prior to being able to do that, and which I believe he did all the time. He went up to the mountaintop. As the disciples went out in the boat onto the lake, Jesus went up to the mountaintop, which represents spiritual practice, which represents going into the stillness, the communion with the divine. This is what he did. And that is what establishes the consciousness. It's like, that's what fills the tank, so that when you need it, it's there. Most people don't fill the tank. And so when they need it, they're running on empty. And running on empty does not get you very far. And the fear becomes a monster. So we must follow the example and go to the mountaintop, go into our prayers and meditation, go into that place of communion with God. Because when you have a revelation of your own, it's undeniable. No longer are you looking to other people to compare or to wonder or to point, because you yourself know who and whose you are. Faith is our ability to focus. Now, if we haven't built that muscle, because faith is a muscle, it's weak. So when you go to meditation and prayer, the mind wanders. It feels like you can't do it right. It feels like you're not doing anything. You are. I promise you, you are. I always use the analogy of going to the gym. If you go to the gym for the first couple times, you're not going to see the result. And if you go once a month, don't bother, right? I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense in the physical world. Either commit and do it so that you actually get some good results out of it. If you do it halfway, you're just going to keep feeling the pain of working out, or don't do it at all. That is a perfect analogy for our prayer and our meditation. It's when we commit to go there consistently, regularly. That's when the muscle becomes stronger. That's when suddenly, like, again, I'm just going to stay in that analogy. If you go to the gym 4 days a week for 3 months, at the end of those 3 months, you're going to move through the world feeling like, holy crap, I feel amazing. You're going to feel taller and stronger and healthier. Exact same thing. When we go to the mountaintop consistently, 4 times a week, when we take the time to do that, your faith muscle grows. Your ability to focus when you need it. And suddenly that muscle is just waiting and ready to be used. And the winds come in and the storm hits. And right in the center of you, strength, courage to stand, to observe, to be able to know a deeper truth, but not just know a deeper truth, bring it. To bring a deeper truth from within you. Every one of us here, that's what we're here to do now. Now. However long, maybe this is a blip in time, maybe this is a week, none of us know. But what we do know is, who is it calling me to be? Who is it calling me to be? For me, it's calling me to be a lot more committed to my spiritual practice, a lot more committed to what I'm thinking about, and a lot more committed to this forgiveness game. Everyone, done taking hostages. All of that causes sickness. All of that on the vibrational level makes us susceptible. So take your vitamin B, take all your things, do your silver, blah, 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 whatever you're doing, do all of it. I'm doing it too. That's great for the physical body, but what are you doing for the energetic body? What are you doing to keep your vibration high and healthy? It's just as vital and just as important. We love to look to the people of faith as some of our heroes. Obviously, Jesus is a great one, but I was thinking yesterday about this, and Maya Angelou came to mind. Maya Angelou her parents divorced very early, and she was sent to rural Arkansas to live with her grandparents. And at 8 years old, her mother's boyfriend raped her. She told people, and her uncles were so mad that they actually killed this man. Maya Angelou was so devastated by what had happened to him that she didn't speak for 5 years. 16 years old, she has a baby. So she gets married, she gets divorced. She also became a poet, an amazing author, an actress, an activist, a spiritual leader. And she did that through her spiritual practice. She said, I believed that there was a God, because I was told it by my grandmother and later by other adults. But when I found, this is key, but when I found that I knew not only that there was God, but that I was a child of God, a creation of God, one with God, when I understood that, when I comprehended that, more than that, when I internalized it, when I ingested that, I became courageous. Isn't that awesome? When she not only believed that she was a creation of God, she ingested it. I love that word. She ate it. She became it. That's what happens when you eat something, right? She brought it into her being. And did she get out of that? Courage. Courage to speak her truth, courage to create that which is inside of her. Courage. I've heard the story where she was telling, if she's in her home and someone is speaking gossip or ill will of another, she literally will ask them to leave her home because she refuses to have that in her environment. She became powerful, extremely powerful. She also said, when I was asked to do something good, I often say, yes, I'll try. Yes, I'll do my best. And part of that is believing if God loves me, if God made everything from leaves to seals to oak trees, then what is it I cannot do? That's my question to you today. What is it that you cannot do with God as your source? Everything is possible in you. And this is the time to have a deeper conviction and courage to believe that. Courage to face the storms and believe that. Not to hide, not to escape, but to become it and then to bring it as the gift that makes the difference. So, faith is focus. Focus on what? Well, Philippians 4:8 says, finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Focus the mind on these things. Focus the mind intentionally. What is true? What is good? What is lovely? What is holy? What is praiseworthy? What is healthy? What is wonderful? I know that the mind can go, are you crazy? We need to be looking at this right now. But remember, an untrained mind, when it steps out of the boat and tries to walk on that water, is going to go down into it. This is the time to know that your spiritual practice makes the difference. I really, really, really do believe it is the gift that we give. I really believe that. And that is what I'm asking you to join me in doing every single day. And we've got lots of ways to support you in that. Every day, we're going to be supporting you in doing that. With me, with Reverend Eileen, with our staff. We're all here for you to walk together. Now, I want to do a little something with you. When the fear does hit, because I don't want to make anybody wrong for that, I feel it. I do. I'm with you. But I love a man named Paramahansa Yogananda. Perhaps you've heard of him. He is the founder of the Self-Realization Fellowship. Every time I say that name, there's always people nodding. There's nobody here, but I know some of you are out there nodding. He wrote the book, Autobiography of a Yogi, one of the best books I've ever read. And he has a simple thing to do. So take your right hand, place it over your heart, and you're going to swipe it and throw. Now, you place it here and you say, Father, I am free. Tune out this fear from my heart radio. Not the language we use, but it's his language and it's beautiful. So you can do this. Do this with me. Father, I am free. Tune out the fear from my heart radio. Father, I am free. Tune out the fear from my heart radio. And just throw it out. Father, I am free. Tune out the fear from my heart radio. One more time. Father, I am free. Tune out the fear from my heart radio. That is easy, and it comes down through a lineage of brilliance, and I invite you to do that. I'll be doing that. Whenever thoughts come, that's your go-to. Father, I am free. Tune out this fear from my heart radio. And it gives you a little action. It gives you something to do to keep you connected to your body and moving, okay? So I want you to be doing that a lot this week. Let's move into some prayer. Let's do a rampage prayer of health, vitality, faith. Jesse and Amy are going to lead us off. I invite you to begin taking a breath and turning within. Please join me in knowing that those words just sung are true. I am light. I am the love of God. I am the light of God. I am the wholeness of God. I am the power and the presence. And that which has created all continues to create all, never born, never dies, the Alpha and the Omega, all that is alive and well now and always is who and what I am. I am that. And I have total faith in that. And as I know that's true about me, I know that's true about each one of us. We are the light and the love and the healing power of God. We are the presence that rises above the storm and walks on the water, the consciousness, and brings to the storm a calmness, a deep abiding faith in the healing power of God that is within all. There is no dis-ease greater than the God of our lives. And when we call upon God, God is activated. I know that God is activated right here and now in the doctors and the nurses and the researchers and everyone who is downloading the solution. We raise and praise them, and we know that their brilliant minds are the chosen ones for this time. They are stepping into their dharma. They are the light. And they shall reveal through their gifts and their talents and their dedication that which the world needs to heal. And we, the spiritual ones, we, the chosen ones, the spiritual leaders, we will do our part. We shall pray. We shall keep the mind calm and focused. We will focus on the things that are good and true about God and about life. We will show up to do our part. I know right now, I know without a doubt that the solution is here. I know that God's love and healing power is working now. Now. This is not a future wanting. This is not a hoping or a going to get. Right now, established in the mind of God is the solution, the healing. It is done. It is done. I am that light. You are that light. We are that light. And that light is the light that does the work.
I am divinity defined. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light. 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 I am light.
Take a breath, big breath. Feel that light explode in your mind, in your heart, in your entire being. I am that. I am that. I am that. I am that. Over and over and over. I am that. I am that. That's who and what I am. That healing power. That's who and what I am. And I'm grateful. I'm so grateful to know this, to say yes to this for me, for you, for the one. Grateful for the fulfillment of this prayer. I release it now into the action of the law. It is done, and so it is. Amen. Nice. They're amazing. I think the three of us were meant to be together. All right, everybody. Thank you. Now we're going to invite you to please consider making a contribution to us today if you were spiritually fed by our message. I know that many people are in constriction now with resources. We understand that. So we also know that God is our source, and this is our time to prove that. And if you can, and it's true and good for your heart, to contribute to us, we'd love you to do that. I'm going to pass to Brett so he can tell you how.
Thank you, Reverend Mark, for the lovely message. Beautiful. There are two ways for you to give. First, you can give through our website at unitynaples.org/giving. When you get there, there will be a Donate Now button. We also have the option for you to give through text. Send the word GIVE to number 239-230-4704. Again, send the word GIVE to 239-230-4704. If it is your first time giving, you will receive a link with instructions on how to set up your giving. If you have given before through this text, all you need to do is simply put in an amount and it will process for you. And now I would like to reintroduce the lovely Jessie and Amy to sing Over the Rainbow.
Dreams that you dream of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dreams that you dream of, dreams they really do, they come true. Ooh, well, I see trees of green and red roses too. Well, I watch them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, well, I see skies of blue and I see clouds of white and the brightness of day. Well, I like the dark and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, they say, how do you do? Well, they're really saying, I love you. Someday I'll wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops high above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Ooh.
So much, so lovely, you two, so wonderful. Here at Unity, prayer is our thing. From breakdowns to breakthroughs, we are here for you. At 11:15 Eastern Standard Time, immediately following service today, you can join Reverend Mark right here on the Unity Naples Facebook page, where he will facilitate a 15-minute prayer circle. Stay on with us right after service to participate in that circle. Also, the Silent Unity Prayer Hotline is available 24/7 at 1-800-NOW-PRAY. That's 1-800-669-7729. If you are affected by this current health crisis and in need of support, please know that we are here to help you and will do everything we can. Please email us at hello@unitynaples.org or call our office at 239-775-3009. Leave a message. We will be checking the voicemail regularly, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Reverend Mark.
Thank you. I want to do a special thank you to all those who have been working the last couple days pretty much around the clock to create this change. You've got Patrick and Dan and Brett and Eileen and Matthew and the wonderful Hugheses, and all of us came together in service to you. So happily do that. And thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Again, we're here all week. We want to stay connected to you. We want you to be a part of the practice that we're committed to keep rolling forward. So with that, why don't we bring our service to a close in a way that we often do by saying simply, the power, oh, now I forgot it. Jesus, how does it start? Divine love. No, that's the money one. Give us a second. Oh, we did so well up to the end. Thank you. All right, say this with us. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Peace and love. Thank you for joining us today.